Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to discuss you about some of the problems related to the list in Python programming. In previous video, we learned about how to create a list and how to read data from the list by using some of the functions like iterator, enumerate, for loop, indexing, slicing. We saw all these functions, how to read data from the list. Now, let's move to one small example related to the list. One of the small example related to the list I will show you now. Yeah, here now in this example, my target is actually I have to create one list, guys. I have to create one list with the name L1. I have to create one list. After creating the list, I have to I have to read elements from the list. Suppose if a list contains a 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5. If my list contains 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, I have to read each and every element at first. I have to read 1 at first, and I have to read 2, and I have to read 3 and 4 and 5. After reading the element from the list, I have to check whether it is divisible by 3 or not. I have to check whether it is divisible by 3 or not. If it is divisible by 3, suppose if this number is divisible by 3, I have to count, I have to count, I have to count how many numbers are in the list are divisible by 3. I have to count. This is the actual main agenda of this program, guys. If I want to count the number of elements which are divisible by 3 present in the list, I have to create, at first, I have to create one list and I have to check each and every element. It is divisible by 3 or not. I have to check. Then after, if it is divisible, I have to count. If it is not divisible, I have to leave it, I have to skip it. This is the agenda. If I want to create one list, what function I have to use to create the list? I already mentioned you. If you want to the create list, we have different functions like a list of range. If you want to create the elements by range by using range, we can create like this. The name of the list I am using here it is L1 I am taking. If I want to create a list, I have to use a list function, list of, sorry, I move to ideally first, ideally, opening the new file. Here I am taking L1 as the list name. L1 equal to list of range of 1 comma 1 comma 21. The range of 1 comma 21 here, it will start with value 1 and it will end with value 20. The step value here it is 1. So the values in the list it will consider as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, up to 20 it will consider the values in the list. The range of values I am converting into the list and I am assigning one name for this list called L1 as a name. This is the creation of the list. This is the creation of the list, guys. Here I taken here I taken one list with the name L1. See, if I want to check whether the element which are present in the list, it is divisible by 3 or not, I have to read. At first, I have to read the elements from the list. If I want to read the elements from the list, we have different functions. We have index. We can use index. We can use slicing. We can use index. We can use slicing also. We can use, and we can use enumerate. We can use iterator. By using all these, we can read elements from the list. Yes or no? Yes, it is true. See, here every time I have to read the one element and I have to check the condition. If condition is satisfied, I have to count. And again I have to read one element. I have to check the condition. And if condition is true, I have to count. Again element, checking condition and counting. It is this process is repeating number of times until the elements present in the list. It is repeating until the elements present in the list. So, if you want to repeat the reading the elements from the list, we have one option called for loop. By using for loop, we can read elements from the list by iterating. I mean, multiple values we can read the elements one by one without performing any hands-on expressions, hands-on. It is automatically, it will iterate one element, it will check the condition, and if condition is true, it will count the value. If it is happening multiple times, so I am going with the for loop instead of indexing, slicing, enumerate, and iterate. Why? Because in all these we cannot perform continuous operation. So in for loop only we can perform continuous operation. So I am using here for loop, guys. If I want to read, if I want to read elements from the list, I am using here for loop. For for in for in uh, for in range of, or you can use for in L1, for in L1. The condition I have to check here, it is here the L1 means, here the L1 equal to how many elements it contains? 1 to 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up to 20 it contains the numbers. See, for I in L1 means first I value is 1, then after 2, then after 3, 4. It will take I value 1 and I have to check this number is divisible by 3 or not. If I want to check it is divisible by 3 or not, I have to use condition expression I have to use. We have if condition, else condition, right? Here I am using if. I am checking the condition. If L1 of I, not I, if I modular division by 3, if it is double equal to 0, I am counting the numbers, count equal to count plus 1. At first, we have to define the count value, right? We have to define the count value. So, count equal to 0, I am defining here. And first 0 plus 1, if 1 is divisible by 3, it will come to this condition and it will count. 2, it is not divisible by 3. Then again 3 is divisible by 3, so it is equal to 0. So the count value becomes 0 plus 1, count becomes 1. Then after 4, 5, 6, 6 is divisible by 3, the count value 1, 1 plus 1, it becomes 2. Like that, it will give the count value. And here I am coming the out of the loop and I am printing the count value. Let's say what will happen now. I am running this program, saving. See guys, the number of values which are divisible by 3 in the list are 6, guys. See, If we take 1, it will not divide. 3, it will divide. This is the count 1. And 4, 5, 6, count 2. And 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 is divisible by 3. Count is 3. 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 is divisible by 3. Count 4. 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 is divisible by 3. Count 5. 18, 19, 20, and 21. So here the count is 6. Here count is 6. I hope you got it. What exactly the how to create a list by using range, and how to read the data from the list, and how to check the condition with the 3, and how to count the numbers present in the list which are divisible by 3. This is the one small, this is the basic example related to list, guys. This is the basic example related to list. And we have mm, we have one we have one more example related to count only. I will show you one more example related to count in the list. Actually, here my target here it is. I have to I have to count positive integers, and count to negative integers. Suppose suppose if you take one list contains a positive integer. I am adding the list positive integer and the negative integers as well as. Each time I am reading one value from the list, I have to check whether it is positive or negative. If it is positive, I have to count it is positive. If it is negative, I have to count it is as a negative integer. This is the my agenda to write a program. Here, if I want to count positive and negative, at first I have to create one list. In that list, I have to add the elements like positive integers and negative integers as well. After adding elements, each time I have to read one element from the list, and I have to check it is positive or negative. And for that, actually, mm, for that, I am taking one list with the elements. I am taking one list with the elements. I am taking one list with the elements. List 1, I mean L1 equal to 1 comma 6 comma 8 comma 9 comma minus 1 comma minus 3 comma minus 6 comma minus 8 comma 10 comma minus 4. These are the elements which is present in the list. I have to read each time one element, and it is I have to check it is positive or negative. If I want to read each time one element, here I am using the for loop for I in range of length of L1. Here here the range of length of L1 here it is. You know what exactly the range function. Here length function here it is. Length of L1 here it is. It will give the length of the elements, I mean count of the elements which are present in the list 1. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here the length of the list 1 here it is 10. So here range of length of L here it is 10. Length of L1 here it is 10. So here this is the This is the stop value. This is the stop value. And starting value by default is 0, stop value is a 10, and the step value by default is 1. I explained in range function. In slicing also I explained you this scenario. If it is starting with 1, I mean 1 it will get, next time 6 it will get, next time 8 it will get. And these are the, it will, this range function, it will generate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 9 it will generate, right? These are the elements. If I want elements present in the list, I have, these are the, you can consider these as index values, like list one of this one value, list one of next value, like this. It will starts with 0, 0. Like that it will consider this. Let's take, let's do that thing. The I value here it is, first the I value here it is 0, second I value 1, then 2, then 3, 4. These are the I values. In this range contain these values. From this range, each time it is reading one value, each time it is reading one value, and each time it is reading one value. And I am checking the condition if L1, L1 of I, L1 of I greater than or equal to 0, greater than or equal to 0. This is the positive. So positive equal to positive count plus 1. Here, here each time it is reading one value, first it will read one value called 0. And L1 of 0, here it is 1, right? L1 of 0, if it is greater than or equal to 0, I have to add to the positive count. Again, it will read I value 1. If L1 of I here it is, index of 1 here it is 6. So 6 greater than 0 equal to 0 means I have to add to positive count. Again, I value 2. Here, L1 of 2 here it is 8. So 8 greater than or equal to 0. It is also positive integer. I have to add. If I want to add the values to the positive count or negative count means, at first I have to define positive count as 0 and the negative count as 0. That I have to define. If I want that, I have to define uh, in outside the loop. I have to define here here that I am defining in. Here I am taking positive count equal to 0 and negative count equal to 0 I am taking. And if it is value greater than 0, first positive value is 0. So 0 plus 1, 1. Then positive count becomes 1. Again, if another value is greater than 0, then again positive count 1 plus 1, here it is 2. So suppose if it is not positive, then it will comes to else statement, right? And net negative count plus 1. After completion of iteration, I am printing the positive count value and the negative count value I have to print. So print positive count and print negative count. This is the program, and I'm executing this one. See, here it is showing that positive count is 5 and negative count is 5. Let's check here. This is the positive 1, this is the positive 2, positive 3, positive 4, and positive 5. Positive count here it is 5, and this is the negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, 4, and 5. So here negative count is also 5 here. This is what exit. Here you need to understand, here you need to understand that how to read elements from the list and how to check the condition, how I am adding here. This is count. How to create the list by using square brackets here. In this case, I used square brackets. In previous case, I used range data type to create list. In previous case, to read data, I used for. In this case also, I used data to read for. And here, I used one more to read data called to iterate. I am used here for loop, and to read data here I use indexed. Yes or no? Index I used here. Here the I value starts from 0 and up to 11 means up to 10 it will take. And first time 0, 9. First time 0, L1 here, L1 of 0 is, for L1 of 0 is 1, right? L1 of 0 here it is 1. Then again 0 cancel and 1 it will get. L1 of 1 here it is 6. Again 2, L1 of 2. Like that it is iterating. It is repeating the loop. So here I used index. Here I used count else function. I hope you got it, guys. What exactly this? How to count positive and negative values which is present in the list, guys. Here you need to understand one more function called length function, guys. Always length function, always, always length function it is used to do. Suppose if we take L1 equal to list of 10 comma 20 comma 30. If you find the length of the L1, if you find the length of the L1, if you find the length of the L1, we have one function called length function. We have one function called LEN. We have one function called LEN. Length of iterable. Length of iterable we have to place here. Here, here iterable in the sense the name of the iterable here. In this case, iterable here it is length of L1. Length of L1. Here the length of L1, it will give output as 3. It will give output as 3. Suppose if we take L2 equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If you want to find the length of the L2, you can simply use length function len of name of the iterable here it is L2. So L2 here it is. It will give the length of the L2 called 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The length of the L2 here it is 5. This is this is what exactly and how exactly the length function it works in coming to list, guys. These are the small programs and one of the function related to the list. That's all for today, guys. In next video, I come up with uh, I said list is mutable, right? I said list is a mutable data type. List is mutable data type. I said list is mutable. Mutable in the sense after creating the list, after creating the list, we can do modifications. We can perform some of the modifications after creating the list also. That is nothing but mutable, guys. We can perform modifications after creating the list also. That is nothing but mutable data type. We have some of the functions related to do modifications, like we have append function, we have append function, and we have update function, update we have, deletion we have. These are the few notable operations in the list that I will explain you in tomorrow class, guys. For now, this is enough, guys. Tomorrow I will come up with mutable operations. Guys, if you like my video and if you like my content teaching, please subscribe my channel, guys, and click the bell icon to get notifications when I upload a new videos. And in case if your friends, anyone is trying to learn this Python and AWS, guys, please subscribe, please share my channel to our friends, guys. It will help to them also. Please subscribe, guys. Thank you, guys. See you later.